Hey, parasite! How long are you going to stay in bed? Don't stay in your room all day. Do your chores. The laundry's piling up.
Faye, I'm a parasite. That's terrible. Besides, I have to work from home today. I'll be starting work soon, so please stop making a ruckus outside my room.
Huh? What's that? You make it sound as if it's my fault. You're too cocky.
But you don't work. Why don't you do your own laundry?
I don't work. So what? You are no different from me, yet you have an attitude?
No different?
You stay in your room, working or sleeping, I don't know. You don't do much, do you? It seems like there's not much you can do on the side to make money from home. I looked it up, but it doesn't look like any of them make much money. Besides, until recently, you'd been sleeping in your room all day saying you were sick. But the moment you start a side job to make a little money, you get all bossy. I mean, if you're well enough to be so bossy, why don't you get a divorce? You used to be so sickly that you had to be taken care of in the hospital. I know you couldn't survive without Aaron's help. It's time for you to think about getting a divorce and living on your own.
Divorce? I knew you didn't think much of me for a long time. But you even wanted me to divorce him, huh? I'm certainly not as sickly as I used to be. It's just that I'm starting to understand how to face it. I still have to rest and stay in shape. That's why I'm not working outside the home. I'm trying to find a job at home.
So, are you gonna sponge off Aaron forever?
Sponge?
Because that's what it is, isn't it? Aaron used to be popular with all kinds of women, but after he married you, he stopped having any fun because of sickly, fragile you. I guess you can say he's lost his Aaron-like charm. I really feel sorry for him, don't you? He has to work not only for my family, but also for you. He's so busy with work, he often looks like he's exhausted. You're like a plague, aren't you?
Why do you say that? I'm working hard too, you know. If you say that, when are you going to go out on your own?
Huh?
I thought you were going to leave as soon as we got married. You don't work, and you just lounge around the house all day. You don't seem to have a boyfriend or any friends. You're already in your 40s. Don't you feel any urgency? Do you really think you'll be okay with your life as it is?
Huh? I don't want to hear that from you, of all people. You can't survive on your own and just live off of Aaron. You're just a burdened woman who can't live on her own and is only surviving because you're a parasite. You married Aaron, but you use your health as an excuse not to have children. You're finished as a woman. Don't lecture me like a big shot. It's really bad enough that an infertile parasite of a woman like you took my sweet little brother.
What did you say? Your words and actions are too much. It's true that I was too sickly to have children, but Aaron was also fine with that.
What's so fine about it? It's natural to want to have children when you get married. Because of your selfishness, Aaron's future was ruined. Even my mom really regrets that Aaron married an infertile woman. She wants you guys to get a divorce so he can get a young wife. She always says she wants grandchildren.
So why didn't you get married then?
I have to be supportive of my parents. I didn't want to get married and leave home. I didn't have the brazenness like you guys to think that I would live with them after marriage and be a parasite.
Supportive? Are you talking about staying home and moping around?
Yeah, right? Because I'm my parents' beautiful, beautiful daughter. My presence supports them both. My brother Aaron was always playing with women and was unreliable. Now my parents live with him and his burden of a wife. I can't help but feel sorry for them.
Well, it's none of my business, but I don't think it's really healthy to live like that. How many pounds have you gained since I came to this house? You don't do housework, you don't work, you just eat. You just lie on the sofa and watch cartoons all day. I guess you must have gained about 40 pounds. I think it might be a good idea to do some exercise.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you're talking to? I'm living my life for myself. It's not a life for anyone to evaluate me, so leave me alone. I mean, you're in no position to speak for me, are you?
But you don't pay rent. You don't pay for any living expenses. You live such a carefree life.
Are you kidding me? I know about you.
What?
The rent you pay is $400, right?
Huh?
How condescending can you be with $400 a month rent? Don't get smart with me. You're the one living off my parents and brother. We can cover that much ourselves. If you can't support us, get out now. Don't ever show your face again.
Okay, I'll leave.
Huh?
Then I'll leave as soon as I finish work today. But remember, you asked for it.
Hey, parasite. Give me back my Aaron.
Now it's my mother-in-law. What do you mean, give me back my Aaron?
Don't play dumb with me. You're the only one we kicked out. You even took Aaron with you. That's not what you promised.
I didn't promise anything to you. Besides, I left by myself and I didn't call Aaron. Aaron left the house of his own will.
There's no way he would do that. That boy is dedicated to his family. Of course he would choose his family over someone like you, who's sickly and useless. Besides, I'm trying to find him a new bride. I've even set up a meeting.
Oh, you really meant that?
If we don't do this, you'll ruin things.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
Don't be silly. Hurry up and let him go. Just bow out and send him home. If you don't, I'm going to sue you.
Sue me? Sue me for what?
For defamation against our family. And then, compensation for the crime of kidnapping Aaron.
Oh, I see. Anyway, I'll talk to Aaron. If he wants to divorce me, I will.
Do it right away.
I got this message from my mother-in-law. Aaron, you want to divorce me?
Don't be silly. What do you think I left my parents' house for? I'm not going back to that house ever again.
I know, right? I'm relieved.
You don't have to reply to Mom. She's been sending me texts telling me to hurry up and come home too. I'm ignoring them. I feel like I was ridiculous helping them all this time.
You're not even going to send money anymore?
No, no more. When they have my sister, they focus on her. It's not bad when she's not around. It's good for her to have a good life. But they put that burden on us.
It's not so much us, but you, who has to bear the burden. Moreover, your parents want to please your sister so much. They don't say what they need to say and try to take credit for everything. I knew that, but when I saw it firsthand, I didn't feel good about it.
It must have been hard for you too, being deprived of credit and being treated so harshly. I suggested that you move in with me because you were feeling sick, and I wanted to make your life a little easier, but I'm sorry I put you through so much pain for so long because of it.
It's okay. Don't apologize. You've been through a lot over the years.
That's why I used to have relationships with random women, to fill that loneliness. But it didn't fill in the loneliness. And then I met you.
So I'm your savior.
But I'm not kidding. You really are.
I mean, I got what I've always wanted. You're so patient with me. You accept me, even my weak points. You've been so sick for a long time and have been through a lot of hardships. I think that's why you were so kind to me, even though you were a bit fragile and had a hard time.
Well, you're right. My being weak was the problem. My parents always wanted a boy, and they put so much time and effort into raising my brother. I guess it's partly because they were paying for my treatment. They obviously took good care of him and spent a lot of money on him. But you're healthy, worked hard, and took care of your family. And yet, you were being treated unfairly and were trying to distract yourself from your loneliness. It's not a cool sisterly thing. It's more like, I guess being with you helped me to forget my loneliness too.
I guess that means we needed each other, right?
Well, are you really okay with this? I can't believe you left your family.
Yeah, because you're my family now. I've done so much for that family. And now, if those guys aren't going to make you important, I don't think I need to go around helping them out anymore. My sister is obviously the parasite, and yet she's the one acting like a big shot. And my mother, who's so insane that she wants me to divorce you and get a young wife. And my father, who pretends he doesn't see it all. I'm fed up with them all. I don't even want to talk to them again.
Oh wow, I see. But it's true that I was too sickly to have children. I feel sorry for you.
What a thing to say. You don't need to apologize. When we got married, we promised to live happily together, even if we couldn't have children. All I need is you. Besides, the time when you were sickly was a long time ago. You can't go overboard with work now, but you're still able to live a normal life and not have any problems. You're working from home. My sister is the one who lies around all day long with that big fat body. She looks much more unhealthy.
The other day, I told her she should exercise.
That triggered her temper. But they live in that nice spacious house, and she really thinks that we pay $400 a month for that? I thought she must have lived her whole life without learning anything.
Yeah, that was funny. Well, it won't be long before they come crying to me, will it? Dawn, get Aaron home as soon as possible. I don't care if you're with him, just come back. Oh, didn't you tell me not to show my face again? I said it, but it's an emergency. I don't care about that, just come back. There's no way I'm coming back. What's the matter? You seem to be in a panic. You know what I'm talking about. You guys have been paying the rent. I can't believe you guys were paying $4,000 for rent. I thought it was $400. I didn't know that. Of course, you who have no intention of paying rent or anything else. Of course, you wouldn't know. But that's true. You're right. We have been paying $4,000 a month in rent, not $400. Every month for 20 years since we got married at 18 and moved into your house. What's that? Why does it cost so much? On the contrary, why did you think it wouldn't cost that much? Did you think you could live in that house with a yard for a family of 4 for only $400? You've never paid rent on your own, have you? You've been living off your parents your whole life. Well, that's because I didn't think it would only cost $400 a month. I thought my parents were paying most of it, and that you were only paying $400 of it. I thought Aaron was paying too. That's a big misunderstanding. I mean, honestly, you didn't think that carefully, did you? And then, you were surprised when you got a new bill. You're telling me to come back. Because there's no way I can pay that amount of money. You're not too nice either. You knew I couldn't pay this much and you left? And you deliberately left me alone when you thought I was mistaken about the $400. You're mocking me for being upset, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. To be honest, I've been frustrated with you for a long time now. But I thought that was Aaron's way. It's true that I was sickly and weak when I was younger, and I was indebted to you. I had to put up with it. Looking back on it now, it seems absurd for your parents to ask us young people to pay the entire rent. But I thought it might have been a test by your parents to see how serious Aaron was with all his playing around. I accepted it and did my best. But you guys just kept getting more and more brazen. Not only have you not paid the rent for the past 20 years, but you've become the head of the family and a lifelong child. You call me a parasite and treat me like a servant. When I talked to your parents, they did nothing to help me. On the contrary, you, including your mother, tried to kick me out. To be honest, I've been wanting to leave for a long time, so this was a good opportunity for me.
You've got to be kidding me. There is no way I can afford this amount of rent. Then, I'll cover a little of the living expenses. Come back to live the same way you were before.
How long do you think you can keep talking to me like that? Why do I have to care for you, only to be treated like this? I've been putting up with you because I thought it was for Aaron's sake. I felt bad about abandoning you guys, but when you told me to leave, it lifted a weight off my shoulders. I won't have anything to do with you guys ever again.
Because you've been a recluse except when you're doing the housework. You're a homemaker with a crappy home-based job. I didn't think you could afford that kind of money, even if you and Aaron both worked.
I'm a homemaker, Bud. Did you know I'm a workaholic?
You are?
Sure, I can't do a job that requires daily commuting and physical exertion. I'm not strong enough for that kind of work. But I'm pretty good at working with my head. That's why I'm a rather popular blogger. I make more money than most people who go to the office.
Oh, is that so? You mean you make money from blogging? Writing a diary? If that's the case, I'll start one. I'll start now and earn money to cover my living expenses. So you'll come back, right?
There is no way someone like you can start a blog right now and make money. It's not that easy. You really don't know anything about the world, do you? If you wanted to just write some random little story and make money from it, you'd have to be a famous celebrity.
Are you doing something shady?
That's a funny thing to say. Anyway, it's not your business, so I'm not going to explain it from zero. But you know what? While you were lounging around being a cartoon freak and lazily eating potato chips in your sleep, I was working my butt off to make money.
You don't have to say it like that. Then what are we supposed to do? This month's rent is due the day after tomorrow. If we don't pay, we will be evicted.
Why don't you work and earn money? You've been spoiled by us for so long. Isn't it about time you return the favor to your parents? You're in your 40s, and you just sit around living off your parents all day. Don't you think it's boring and pathetic?
Because my parents are so kind and sweet, and even now, it's not like there's anything I can do. Even if I got a part-time job now, I wouldn't be able to make this month's rent. That's why I need you guys to pay it for me.
That's naive. Your way of thinking is naive. If you can't pay, then get the whole family to bow down or do whatever and pay somehow. Why do you only think about taking advantage of us for free? You'll never learn anything because you think you're going to have fun with other people's money. It's always been that way. You've managed to live on other people's money. You've done nothing. And now you're an incompetent person. Your lazy body says it all, doesn't it?
I've been listening quietly now, and you've just been making fun of me. I'm telling you to come back and pay the rent.
You're powerless and you yell at me like that. You're just a loser, crying because you lost.
Shut up! I'm suing you. My mother said she'll sue you for slander. Aaron didn't show up for the blind date our mom set up, and she got yelled at and was so embarrassed.
Oh, come on. So what?
What?
It's my mother-in-law's fault for deciding on the blind date without his permission. We're not divorced, and we have no intention of getting divorced.
Don't get cocky. You know what will happen if you go against me.
Well, what's going to happen? Do you think you can just boss people around and make them do what you want at your age? That's the kind of life you're going to lead. If you don't have money, eat less and work more, pig.
I beg your pardon? I am. Unlike you, I'm healthy. I'm not like you who's sickly, weak, can't have children, and is finished as a woman.
That's right. You're right. Well, you know, unlike me, you can call yourself healthy, right? Then you can go out and earn money any way you want. If you can't live in that house, then you're not cut out for it. Move to a place that suits you and live a life that fits your size. Get out of this parasitic life and make life easier for your parents.
I understand. Just give me the money. I can't afford $4,000. I apologize for going on like that.
Oh, me and Aaron were making $4,000 a month at the age of 18. If you're willing to die for it, you'll be fine. If you can't, why don't you get your parents to work too? With the three of you, I'm sure you can do it. Good luck. Immediately after that, my mother-in-law received the bill from the hotel restaurant where the blind date was supposed to have been held. My father-in-law, who knew nothing about the blind date, got angry, and my parents-in-law and sister-in-law got into a huge fight. As it was, there was no discussion, and the situation continued with everyone being stubborn and no one working. They could not pay the $4,000 rent and were forced to move out. The three of them moved into a shabby apartment, and my sister-in-law started to work part-time. She is over 40 years old and has no working experience. She didn't like the fact that she was being managed by a senior part-timer who was younger than her. So she snapped and left the company after a fight. After doing similar things in several places, she abandoned her parents and disappeared. Shortly after that, my father-in-law and mother-in-law divorced. My father-in-law is living a meager existence on his own pension, but where my mother-in-law went, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just glad I will never see any of them again. From now on, I want to take care of myself and live a peaceful life with my husband.
Hi, Alyssa. Are you busy? There's something I want to tell you.
Hey, Nina. About what?
I'm sorry, I'm busy right now. Can we talk after work? No, I can't wait. I need to tell you now.
Is it about your job? Mom told me you quit again.
How many times did you quit your job this year? If you keep changing jobs, no one will hire you. That's okay. I don't want to work anymore.
How are you going to sustain yourself without a job?
That's not a problem for me anymore.
What do you mean?
I'm getting married to a rich man. Now I can be the full-time housewife I've always dreamed of.
I see. Congratulations. So, is that what you wanted to tell me?
Yeah, but there's more.
What?
I'm getting married to Pierre.
Pierre? You mean my husband?
Yes, that's why I messaged you. I want you to divorce him as soon as possible.
What? Are you serious?
I've had my eye on him ever since you married him.
Oh my God! For 3 years? I can't believe you.
Oh, well, I could tell Pierre was in love with you at first. So I've been planning this for a long time. At first, I got close to him as a sister-in-law, and now we are more than that. We've been dating for about a year now.
Please tell me you're lying. Why my husband? There are plenty of other men out there.
It has to be Pierre. He's half French and speaks fluent French. He's my type. You never noticed our relationship?
Well, that means Pierre never cared about you, and he did a great job hiding it.
I'm sorry, but this is reality. Your husband loves me.
I can't believe it. I have to talk to Pierre when I get home. I can't just agree to divorce based on your word.
Then why don't you talk to him right now? He's supposed to be working from home today, right? You can confirm with him that I'm telling the truth.
Working from home doesn't mean he has free time all the time. Besides, I'm working now too. You should know the world doesn't revolve around you.
Whatever. When Pierre is home, we often go out on dates. I mean, I'm always at your home when he's working from home. Twice a week, or at least once a week. You didn't notice?
No way. That often?
Oh, well, you're so slow and dumb. That's why you didn't notice.
Whatever. I'll talk with Pierre after work.
I just messaged Pierre. I think he will message you about it.
You're right.
See? What did he say?
He said he wants to divorce me and that he loves you.
I told you. To be honest, I feel sorry for you, just a little bit. Well, you can't help it, you know.
What do you mean by that? You started dating him knowing that he's my husband.
Oh, come on. Of course I feel sorry for you. But we love each other, so it can't be helped.
You are so messed up. First of all, you have a wonderful husband. What is wrong with you that you would betray such a nice gentleman?
Shut up. You don't know anything about my life. I'm saying that it can't be helped because I found someone else that I love more than my husband.
You are so selfish.
I'm sorry, okay?
Fine.
What? You're divorcing him now?
I will. I don't want to stay with a cheater. But I'm going to charge all the legal fees and I will take all the assets.
Do whatever you want. Just leave him. I will ask Pierre to handle all the hassle.
Oh, really? But I wonder if Pierre can help you pay.
Of course he can pay. Even if I don't have a job, everything will be fine. You know what? I already divorced my husband. Of course, Pierre paid everything for me.
Well, I don't care who pays as long as it's paid in full. I don't want to spend a single day in the house you've been in so many times. I'll just go home today, pack my things, and leave this disgusting house.
Thank you so much, sis.
I'm doing this for myself, not for you. Please tell Pierre that I will be staying at my parents' house. I will ask my lawyer to send all the divorce documents as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll let him know. Hi, Alyssa. I have a big announcement.
Now what? I have nothing to do with you. You don't have to announce anything to me. Can you please stop bothering me?
Oh, come on. You are so cold.
What kind of reply do you expect from me? I know you only message me when it comes to Pierre. Don't tell me you already got married with him.
Not yet, but soon.
So you're really going to marry my ex-husband? I can't believe you. What kind of nerve do you have? If you felt sorry for me, you wouldn't message me like this. You are insane and insensitive. You are so bitter. You should move on now. But to tell you the truth, you are so miserable, and that's why Pierre dumped you. Why don't you improve yourself? Take me as a good example. Wow, seriously? I don't have time for this. Can I go now? Hold on. I just wanted to brag about how happy I am. So, why are you telling me this? Why don't you brag to your friends, not to the ex-wife of your husband? You know, I don't have many friends. If I brag about stuff like this, they might judge me. That's why you are the only person I have to talk about this. So you don't care about me judging you? If you hadn't stolen my husband from me, I would be happy to hear your bragging. But you stole Pierre from me. How can you brag about things to me? I really can't believe you. You will find your happiness too. Don't be so bitter. You know what? Pierre works for a big company, so I knew he must be rich. But I didn't think he had this much money either. He's such a perfect guy. What? He spent $50,000 on our honeymoon, you know. I'm so spoiled by him. $50,000 for a honeymoon? Are you sure he spent that much? Yeah. We're both remarried, so we decided to have our ceremony in Paris. Just the two of us. A wedding at a 5-star hotel in Paris. I've always wanted to have a wedding in Paris. Thanks to Pierre, my dream is coming true. So we decided to have a honeymoon as well. We booked for a lot of different tours and added a lot of options. And now, it cost around $50,000. Oh well, we are both happy and don't care how much it costs. It's a very popular luxury hotel that's usually booked up to a year in advance. But they just happened to have a cancellation, so I booked it right away. So we are leaving for Paris in a week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Seriously? Pierre has no income right now and he's spending that much? What are you talking about? Just because you're jealous, you can't make up stuff like that. I'm not lying. Then why don't you check with him? Why do I have to check? He's working from home as usual. Oh, by the way, you guys had a wedding at a small venue, right? Now I remember how cheap it was. The hotel was so small and old. It's none of your business how we had our wedding ceremony. That hotel is a memorable place for us. Can you stop judging something that happened a long time ago? Then can you stop saying ridiculous things like Pierre has no income? It's so disrespectful. You are pissing me off. Bye. I warned you. I don't care if you get in trouble later. Oh my God. I'm the happiest woman alive. We just registered our marriage. Good for you. You're nuts too, even if I did say I'd steal your husband. What were you thinking? Look who's talking. Are we done? You two are going on your honeymoon, right? You don't have to report every single thing to me. Please stop. I see. You were so jealous because you haven't gotten over him. No way. I don't care about him anymore. The man who betrayed me? I'm glad we broke up. Yeah. You're acting so tough again. So tell me, you are jealous that we are having a romantic time in Paris, right? Well, I'm jealous that you get to travel, but I'm not jealous of you. Oh, come on. I know you want to be like me so bad. Not really. You guys have zero income. How are you going to live? I don't feel jealous. I feel sorry for you. That's enough.
It's not funny. We don't have to worry about money at all. He's a rich man.
So you didn't ask Pierre about it. I told you to check with him. Did Pierre tell you that he's making a lot of money? Did you check to see how much he's earning?
Why do I have to do that? He spent $50,000 just because I told him what I wanted. If he had no income, he couldn't have spent that much. And on top of that, he helped me pay my divorce proceedings.
I made sure I took all the assets and family savings. How much did he pay for the divorce proceedings?
Around $15,000.
So he nearly spent $65,000. No way he could afford that much. It's either he stole money or borrowed money from somewhere.
What kind of accusation is that? He would never do such a thing.
I knew it. So you didn't hear he was fired?
Fired? What the hell is going on? Who told you that?
Well, I have a mutual friend at his workplace. She told me everything. The company decided to fire him because of his poor work performance. But not only that, there's more.
What? Poor work performance?
Do you remember what you told me before? You said whenever he's working from home, you often visit our house. Well, I told that to my friend. She reported it to HR too. So HR took a look at Pierre's computer logs when he was working from home, and they found out that he wasn't working at all. He never submitted reports for the past few months. He ignored all the messages from his boss. Not only that, he also used the company budget for his own needs. I think the company might press charges against him. They are all collecting evidence and I'm helping them. Well, good luck to him.
Oh no!
Did you know that he loves gambling?
What? No, he never mentioned anything about it.
Well, I guess he hid it from you because he thought you might dump him. He's a gambling addict. I told him to stop, but he never listened to me. So before he married me, he was about $30,000 in debt. I handled all his finances and we paid off his debts together. We managed to get his debts down to zero, but even after that, he was playing online casinos secretly. I guess you were right. Our wedding was cheap. I wasn't lying when I said it was a place of memories, but it's also true that we didn't have the money. That's why we could only afford it in an inexpensive place.
Oh my God! Even if it's true that Pierre was fired, he must have been making a lot of money. There's no way he has no savings.
We had family savings, but technically, that is my savings, so I took them all. He spends a lot of money at once on gambling. Yes, he used to work for a big company, but his salary is not that much compared to mine.
That's ridiculous.
That's why I've been on the fence about divorcing Pierre. I'm grateful in a way to you for taking him away from me.
I confronted Pierre about it, and he said everything you said is true. I asked him where he got money for the honeymoon. He said he just borrowed some money. He said I shouldn't worry because he will get it back soon.
Get it back?
He said he's going to casino. He's confident that he could make a profit this time. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I don't need an unemployed gambler addict husband. He's all yours, Alyssa.
Are you kidding me? There's no way I'm getting back with that scum. Besides, I'm dating someone now.
What? Do you already have a boyfriend?
It's been about 6 months now. I'm going out with the guy my friend introduced me to.
What the hell? Why are you being happy at the end? I deserve to be happy, not you. If I had known how it was going to be, I wouldn't have taken Pierre away from you. I shouldn't have divorced my ex-husband.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I'm so done with you. I was depressed when you stole Pierre from me, especially knowing that I was betrayed by my sister. Do you know what kind of pain I went through? How can you say something selfish like that after hurting so many people? You are so messed up. I'm going to cut ties with you. I have nothing to do with you anymore. I'm sorry. I've learned my lesson from all of this. Please forgive me. I will block your number now. Goodbye and good luck with your life. Oh no, Alyssa! Please don't block me! Pierre called me and told me that Nina wanted to divorce him, and their honeymoon has been cancelled. He blamed me for everything, so I told him that karma served him well and blocked his number. After that, my mother told me that Nina divorced Pierre at the end. Well, their relationship ended sooner than I thought. However, they decided to split the debt 50-50. Both of them started working to pay back the debt. Nina asked for help from my parents, but of course, they did not offer help and told her to figure it out on her own. She is now working hard every day, dreaming about her wedding in Paris that never happened. As for Pierre, his family took him to gambling rehab, and I heard he's getting better. As for me, my boyfriend recently proposed to me in the most unexpected and romantic way. It was so sudden that I was completely taken by surprise. But after a moment of shock, I joyfully said yes. This time, I truly want to build a happy and fulfilling family with him, and I'm excited to see what our future holds.
Hi, honey. Have you arrived at the venue already?
Yeah, I arrived just a moment ago.
That's good. I can't believe I forgot something on such an important day. I'm just really nervous for today, you know. I will be a little late. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, honey. Everyone forgets things sometimes.
I'm really sorry. I'm almost home and will get there as soon as possible, all right? Please be careful.
Anyway, it's been a year already, huh?
A year?
Yeah, about a year ago, our first wedding got canceled.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was all because of my mom who ruined our wedding. I'm really sorry about it. I still feel bad for your parents too.
Oh, honey, you don't have to apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad about it. When I came to the venue, it just crossed my mind. Let's forget what happened before and enjoy our wedding this time.
Yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see you. I'm heading to the venue as fast as I can.
I arrived early and there's still time before the ceremony, so there's no need to rush. I wouldn't want you to get hurt by rushing.
I will be careful, honey. See you soon. Honey, please respond quickly. We are in big trouble.
What? What happened?
Please leave the wedding venue now.
Why?
I just received a message from my mom. She said she's heading to the venue.
What do you mean? You didn't tell her about our wedding, right?
Of course not. But she knows that today's our wedding.
Oh my God. We informed all the guests not to tell your mother about the wedding, didn't we? How did this happen?
Actually, she said she heard it from a relative.
From a relative? I thought all your relatives knew about what happened before.
Yes, but there's one person who's been bothering me.
What? Who are you talking about?
He's one of Mom's cousins. He thinks it's not good to keep secrets in the family. He got mad when he found out that my mom wasn't invited to the wedding. It seems he contacted Mom.
Seriously? Wait, did you invite that person to the wedding?
No, of course not. Mom's cousin is quite distant from me. But I think he heard about the wedding from some relative. He thought I was just excluding Mom. So I think he told everything to her. Oh my God.
I guess it was impossible to keep our wedding a secret. Christine, I'm really sorry. Oh no, she just messaged me again. She said she'd arrive there in a few minutes.
What? Oh no. What should I do?
For now, it's not safe for you to stay there. Please leave the wedding venue and hide somehow.
Okay, I will.
Mom might be nearby soon. Please be careful and make sure you don't get caught. Hey, Christine. Where are you now? Reply to me right away.
Carol, what's going on?
I heard you're getting married to Joel today. What the hell is going on? I told you to break up with my son, didn't I?
I have no intention of breaking up with Joel.
Shut up. I don't care.
Joel feels the same way too.
You never changed. You still don't know how to respect me. I wonder what my son's thinking. I thought I convinced him well a year ago. I told him that he deserves someone better. There are plenty of women who are better than you. I even told him I'd find him someone better to marry. And yet...
Since then, you haven't been in touch with Joel, right? That means Joel doesn't intend to do as you say. Isn't that obvious?
That can't be true. My son has always loved and respected me. He has never disobeyed his parents, ever. And yet, I was shocked when I received a call from my relative. He said you guys are going to have a wedding again. Despite all my efforts for Joel, he chose to do exactly what I warned him not to do. I absolutely won't let him go through with this. I'll do whatever it takes to make you break up with my son.
Carol, listen. We truly love each other from the bottom of our hearts. We are meant for each other. I can't even imagine us being apart.
Shut up. I don't want to hear any of that. Just imagining you two together makes me sick.
Why can't you be happy for your son? I want this wedding to proceed smoothly, without any disruptions this time. A year ago, it should have been our happiest day if you hadn't disrupted the wedding.
Excuse me? Why are you blaming me? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Don't pretend you don't know. You suddenly barged into the bridal room and tore apart the wedding dress. Because of that, the wedding had to be abruptly cancelled. It caused a lot of trouble for everyone, including the guests.
Ah, about that? But it's your fault, isn't it?
What?
You tried to forcefully take Joel from me. I was just protecting Joel from you. Joel must be grateful to me too. And I'm sure he promised to marry the bride of my choice next time.
That can't be true. Joel told me that he will decide his lifelong partner for himself, and he chooses me.
Don't lie. There's no way he'd say such a thing.
Joel was furious because the wedding was ruined. He said, even if you are his mother, it's unforgivable. He believes you're insane, and I have to agree.
What? Me? Insane? Stop insulting me. I couldn't stand by and watch my son being manipulated by a woman like you. If I tear the dress, the wedding will be ruined, right? That's why I did it. I'm so glad the wedding was canceled.
Carol, what kind of mother are you? Do you realize how much time and money it takes to have a wedding? Planning everything, sending invitations, all of that has gone to waste because of you.
That's why I thought you'd never have a wedding again. You never learn, do you?
If I give up now, it's just what you want. After our wedding was ruined a year ago, Joel and I promised that next time, we'd have a perfect wedding.
If that's true, then my son is completely brainwashed.
What?
Joel cares about his mother. He's not the type to do things I disapprove of. I have to save Joel from you.
Brainwashing? I'm not brainwashing him at all.
Anyway, you should cancel today's wedding immediately, or else I will ruin everything. I will never approve of this marriage. No matter how many years pass, my feelings won't change. I'm right in front of the venue now. Prepare yourself and wait for me. I'll tear apart your wedding dress again.
What? No, Carol, please stop.
Honey, where are you? I'm about to arrive at the venue. Are you okay? I just got another text from Mom. She just told me that she punished you. Is everything okay?
What should I do? Carol is doing crazy things in front of me.
What?
After you messaged me to leave the venue, I quickly went to the cafe next to the venue. And then Carol messaged me. She said she came to ruin the wedding and tear my wedding dress off. But then she stopped messaging me for a while, so I went back to the venue to check what was going on.
What? You went back to the venue? Are you with her? Did she hurt you?
Don't worry, I'm fine. It's just...
What's wrong?
I don't know what to do. I really need you to be here as soon as possible.
Calm down, honey. I'll be there soon. Please wait for me. Christine, thanks to you, today turned into a complete embarrassment for me.
What are you talking about? Sorry, I'm busy preparing to leave.
What do you mean by preparing to leave?
Oh, thanks to you, the wedding went without a hitch. We're just about to leave the venue.
Are you kidding me? You got me into a lot of trouble.
I was surprised too. What you did today is terrible. You ruined someone's wedding like that. What were you thinking?
Shut up. I thought it was your dressing room.
Well, there was another wedding happening today.
Why didn't you tell me? Because of you, I accidentally barged into the wrong dressing room.
But you saw the person in the dressing room was clearly not me, right? I heard that as soon as you entered the room, you tore the wedding dress to shreds with scissors. And after that, you also ripped off the veil. I heard that you even tried to cut off her hair. By the time I realized what was happening, you had already been taken down by the staff. The bride was so scared that she couldn't do anything at that moment. I really feel bad for her.
It's not my fault. I just wanted to stop the wedding as soon as possible. I didn't get a good look at the bride's face. If I had known it was someone else, I wouldn't have done such a thing. Oh, Lord. I was disappointed to find out later that it wasn't you. I thought my plan was a success again.
You're still talking about that? I heard that the bride and all the relatives are furious with you, you know?
What? Really?
Having their important wedding ruined and even having the dress torn apart, it's only natural, right?
But I apologized properly to them.
Do you think apologizing is enough? I heard that they are going to sue you. You haven't properly talked with them yet?
What do you mean?
I see. It seems like you're just running away and trying to push all the mess you made onto your son.
That's because, I'm a housewife, so I don't have the money to pay for the damage. These troublesome things should be left to men, don't you think?
Unbelievable. Because of what you did, our wedding was almost cancelled too. But when we explained the situation, they sympathized with us, and we were able to hold the wedding as planned. Carol, please make sure you take responsibility for everything you did. You know that you committed a crime, right?
A crime? What are you talking about?
I just tore the wedding dress. Since no one got hurt, there's no way I'll be charged with a crime.
You are wrong. That's the destruction of property.
Really? No way.
Also, you pointed the scissors and threatened the bride. That's also considered assault.
Shut up. I only did it because I thought it was you, okay? I didn't intend to harm anyone else.
Oh, really? So you don't think it's a crime if it was me? If it were me, you wouldn't mind hurting me?
Well, I mean...
A year ago, I didn't press charge or sue you. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you are Joel's mother. No matter what you did, at the end of the day, you are still his mother. I thought I should forgive you and move on. But not this time. You never changed, and you tried to hurt a complete stranger.
Hey, wait a minute. You're talking like I'm the bad guy here. Don't you know that it's all your fault?
What?
You brainwashed my son and stole him from me. Isn't that a crime too? You are a thief.
Are you insane?
Excuse me?
If getting married to someone you love makes you a criminal, then the world would be full of criminals. Joel and I love each other. We're getting married out of mutual love and consent. How can it be a crime?
What about Joel?
What?
What's Joel doing? He should be helping me.
Why would he help you? We have cut off ties with you a year ago. Did you forget?
Cut off ties? What are you suddenly talking about?
Don't you remember? Exactly a year ago today, after what you did to us, we told you that we are cutting ties with you. That's why Joel stopped contacting you and didn't even invite you to the wedding.
I never heard about being cut off. It's your own delusion.
I see. So you play dumb like that, huh?
Mom, you've done a terrible thing. Mom? Is it Joel? Yeah. Is it really Joel? Oh dear. Please help me. Christine is accusing me that I'm a criminal. I really can't believe you. Don't you realize how insane you are? Joel? A year ago, I told you I'd decide who I'm going to marry myself, but you still insisted that you wouldn't approve. On top of it, you ruined our special day. I told you not to come near us anymore, right? I did what you said for a year, right? Isn't that enough to forgive me? How can you be so selfish? I told you I was going to cut you for the rest of my life. Don't be ridiculous. You're my precious son. I did everything to stop you from marrying that manipulative woman. I did that for your own good. Why can't you understand me? Don't you see that she's brainwashing you? She's forcing you to marry her. Mom, come on. How many times do I have to explain? I love Christine and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. I have no intention of helping you, okay? Oh no, but I'm your mother. You want me to go to jail? Is that what you want? Yeah, go to jail or whatever. You should get the punishment that you deserve. And from now on, don't come near us ever again. Don't even contact us. That's terrible. How could you say that to your own mother?
Carol, do you understand now? Please, never come near us again.
Christine, I'll apologize for what happened today, so please, don't cut off ties with me.
It's too late to apologize now. You've done a lot of terrible things to me. Not just this time.
What?
You thought I didn't know? You threw eggs at my car, didn't you? You were also ranting about me online, right?
I never did such things. Stop accusing me for no reason.
You were caught on the security camera, Carol. I clearly saw that you were the one who threw the egg. Oh no.
And for your social media account, you used your own number to register, right?
Yeah, so what? Wait, how did you know?
Well, your account was recommended to me because your phone number was saved on my phone. It seems like you might not have known about the settings to keep your identity hidden on social media, huh?
Oh, really? Okay, I'm sorry for that too, so please, help me.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Actually, we are going overseas.
Overseas? Why? Oh, for the honeymoon, right? If that's the case, I can't wait for you to come back.
That's impossible.
Why not? Don't you feel bad about me?
We are both fed up with you, so we decided to live abroad.
What? Do you mean permanently?
I have no obligation to tell you anything.
But are you guys going to abandon me? I'm Joel's mother.
Are you still saying that? Did you read what Joel said? We are cutting ties with you. Joel doesn't consider you as his mother anymore. I'm sorry that it ended up like this, but you made him decide to do this. His feelings won't change that easily.
Christine, let me talk to Joel again, please. If we talk properly, I know he'll understand.
Joel doesn't even want to talk to you anymore.
What? No, my son...
This will be the last time that we are going to talk. We'll never contact you again for the rest of our lives.
No way! Joel, don't abandon me!
You are a selfish and manipulative mother who can't bear to see her son happy. You ruin what should be his happiest day for your own selfish reasons. He said he's too embarrassed to be your son.
That's a lie. Joel wouldn't say such a thing. I have a good idea. I'll come with you. How about that? Hey, when are you leaving? I'll hurry and book plane tickets. I will live overseas with you too. Just tell me your new address, please.
No way. Just accept the reality already. Please realize that you caused all of this. We are not going to help you, and I will not give you our new address.
Oh no, please. Please help me.
Well, it seems like this conversation isn't getting us anywhere. I wish you the best in life, Carol. Goodbye.
Wait, Christine. Please help me.
After that incident, as I told Carol, we decided to take a trip overseas. Actually, we hadn't really planned on moving abroad. I figured the best way to get away from Carol was to put some distance between us, where she couldn't easily track us down. So I decided to join Joel on his overseas business trip. I heard that Carol has been demanded by the bride's family to pay for all the damages she caused. Unable to pay the amount herself, she turned to her husband in tears. However, when her husband learned about the incident, he was utterly disgusted with Carol. The husband, who had been enduring Carol's selfishness for many years, made the decision to leave her. Left on her own, Carol returned to her hometown. She managed to secure a job through relatives, the same relatives who had informed her about our wedding. Now she's working tirelessly from morning till night to repay the compensation. As for me, I began feeling unwell after returning from overseas. And guess what? Turns out I'm pregnant. Joel's absolutely thrilled, and we couldn't be happier. We were so excited that we just had to share the news with his dad right away. I can't wait to meet our little one.
You're outrageous! How dare you throw my husband out of the house on such a cold day?
What's all this all of a sudden?
Don't play dumb with me. I know it was you.
No, kicked my father-in-law out? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It gave me a shock. I came back from a trip and my husband was at the front door, freezing. He couldn't get inside of his own house. If I had found him a little later, he might not even be alive right now.
No, wait. Did that really happen? I'm just glad my father-in-law is okay now.
Are you still playing dumb with me? Oh, I was a fool to trust you. You said, I'm sure you must be exhausted from taking care of your husband every day. Please go on a trip once in a while. I was so moved by how kind you were to me. You're not kind at all. You are a black-hearted woman. Leaving my husband alone all night in the snow. I'm gonna report you to the police.
Wait a minute.
What? I won't listen to your excuses.
I've been in the hospital since yesterday.
What?
You know I'm pregnant, and I've been on the verge of a premature labor. Up until now, I've been getting by on medication. Yesterday, my stomach started to cramp, so I rushed to the hospital. Then I was told I was in critical condition and needed to be hospitalized urgently.
Huh? That's what happened? Is the baby fine?
Yes, the baby is fine, but I have to be on absolute bed rest for a while.
Well, it's been a tough time for you too.
That's why I left my father-in-law in Skylar's hands. Skylar was off work yesterday and today. I thought it would be okay if I asked him to take care of Dad until you came back.
I didn't know.
So you don't think Skylar did this, do you?
No, it can't be. My son had to go on an urgent business trip. I heard he's in Chicago right now.
Business trip? What's that? I didn't hear anything about it.
What? You don't know?
I haven't heard anything. I thought he was at home.
So you're saying my husband was home alone? Does that mean he went out in the cold on his own?
That's impossible. I can't imagine my father-in-law, who can't walk on his own, going outside the house by himself.
Well, there must be a reason why he went out on his own. I'll check when he wakes up. Maybe he's tired from being left alone for so long in the heavy snow. He's been asleep since last night.
I see.
I'm sorry I doubted you. I saw my husband shivering outside and I just got so mad.
No, it's okay. Skylar and I were supposed to be watching him together. I'm sorry it ended up like this.
It's not your fault. I'm just glad my husband is okay. I hope you get out of the hospital soon too.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're pregnant and it's a delicate time. I'm really sorry for saying such horrible things.
It's okay. I'll check with Skylar first to see where he is. I haven't heard anything about a business trip.
Let me know if you find out anything.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Skylar, where are you now?
I'm in Chicago on a business trip.
I didn't hear anything about you going on a business trip. What are you thinking? How could you go on a business trip leaving your father all alone?
What?
I got a call from your mother. She said your father was alone outside the door last night. What were you thinking of? It was snowing heavily last night. I can't believe you left your father outside and went on a business trip on a day like that.
No, just calm down a minute.
How can I calm down? At first, your mother thought I kicked him out of the house. She got so angry. She said I was outrageous and that she would report me to the police. I explained the situation and the misunderstanding was cleared up, but...
Is Dad going to be okay?
Your mom came home from her trip and let him in right away. He's fine for now.
So, he's alive?
Don't say that like it's someone else's problem. He's your father. I told you, didn't I? I told you to take good care of him while I was in the hospital.
Damn it. She got me.
What?
Mom tricked me.
What? What do you mean?
You know, when Mom was on her vacation, I took paid vacation, right?
Yeah, I know.
But one of my colleagues got sick. I had to go to Chicago.
But that doesn't mean you should leave your father behind.
No, just listen until the end. So I called Mom. I told her I was sorry, but I needed her to come home right away.
Oh, so that's what happened. Your mother didn't tell me that.
I told my mom I had to go on a business trip, and you had something urgent come up. I asked her to come back from her trip right away.
Urgent? You didn't tell her I was in the hospital for preterm labor?
How could I tell her you were in the hospital?
Why not?
Because if I told her you were in the hospital when you were pregnant, she would have given you a hard time.
Is that so? I don't think so.
You know, Mom. What can I say? She's old-fashioned in her way of thinking, isn't she? Pregnancy isn't a disease, so don't be a baby. You never know what she'll say to you.
I don't think my mother-in-law is like that.
Rosemary, you don't know my mother's true nature yet. I've known her long enough to know. I see it all the time. The kind of person who doesn't tell you, but says it behind your back. My mom is like that. She's always been like that. I've never told you about it. I used to hear my mom bad-mouthing you all the time.
Is that so? I'm shocked.
So I hid the fact that you were in the hospital, and I called Mom. She most likely thought it was a lie about an emergency. She just probably decided not to come home.
I can't believe it. Your mother cares so much about your father.
No, it's the other way around.
Huh?
I think she left him alone on purpose.
What do you mean?
If something happens to Dad, we can blame you, right?
What?
She could have said that you lied about the emergency and left Dad alone. Maybe she was trying to get you kicked out of the house.
Do you think your mother would go that far?
That's what she would do. I think she just felt like he was in the way. They seemed to get along, but in her heart, she wished he'd go away sooner. And if anything should happen to my dad, she could brand you as an unfit caregiver and kick you out of the house. Yeah, what a cold-hearted person. That's the worst. I can't believe my own mother would do such a terrible thing.
I am still a little confused. I'm sorry I doubted you.
I'm sorry too. I mean, it's my mom who's at fault.
By the way, Skylar, when are you coming back from your business trip?
Looks like I won't be home for a while.
Oh.
I'll call you when I know when I'm coming back.
Okay, I understand. Mom, is this a good time? I just need to check on something.
What?
Did you know that no one would be home except your husband? Did you intentionally not come home from your trip?
Huh?
Skylar told me. He said he clearly told you that I needed to leave on an urgent matter.
What? I didn't hear that.
Don't lie to me. You plan to leave your husband alone and involve the police to get rid of me, right?
Oh my God. What did you say? I would never do such a thing.
You pretended to be nice to me, but the truth is, you didn't want to be nice to me, did you?
Did Skylar tell you that?
I heard you were always bad-mouthing me when I wasn't around. I was disappointed when I found out what you really were.
If you found out, I guess it can't be helped. That's right. I hate you. I wish you'd leave my son as soon as possible.
But that doesn't mean you can do that. It's horrible that you put your husband in danger, don't you think?
Huh? I told you earlier. I didn't know you weren't home. My son didn't tell me.
I see. So my husband is lying?
That's right.
he left his father in need of care and just went ahead and went to Chicago. Is that right?
Oh my God, even my own son is pathetic. Forgetting the debt of gratitude for raising him?
Why don't you tell the truth?
Huh?
My husband has an app for his job that automatically records all calls.
Oh, he does?
He says there's audio of his conversation with you. Do you still want to continue lying?
Phone calls? I don't remember. It must be age.
Mom, it's time to admit it.
Well, you'd better admit it. Right, Skylar? Why don't you join the conversation? Huh?
Since I set up a group chat for the three of us, you've been watching my conversations with your mother. It's obvious because I can see you've been reading it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand why you suddenly added me as a member. It sounded like you and Mom were having a fight. I just had a meeting with Rosemary. It was a bit spur of the moment, but I hope it went well. What? Was that an act? Oh, you really thought we were fighting?
Mom, you were very good.
What are you doing this for?
I wanted to see how you would react, but you just shut up and watched your wife and mother arguing.
You couldn't say anything because if you said anything, the truth would come out. What do you mean, the truth?
When you told me that your mother was actually trying to get rid of me, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, but I also wanted to believe you, my husband. I had a hard time deciding which one of you should I believe.
Of course you believe me, right? I'm your husband.
Well, so I decided to see if your business trip was real.
What?
Did you know that one of my seniors from my school days works at your company?
Oh, is that right?
We haven't seen each other much since we both started working, but I do have his contact information.
Really?
I asked him about it. He told me that no one has missed a business trip due to illness. Of course, your trip to Chicago was a lie. You've been hanging around anyway, haven't you?
Damn, you found out.
So, where are you now?
I'm at a motel near the mall.
Why are you at a motel?
I'm tired.
Huh?
While Mom was on vacation, you and I were going to take care of Dad, but you had to go to the hospital suddenly. I had to take care of him by myself. I'm not used to taking care of my dad. I just needed to be alone for a little while and let off steam.
Oh, really? But why did you try to make your mother the bad guy?
Well, I didn't want to get you in trouble, so I'm sorry you had to deal with that. I'm really sorry about that, and for leaving Dad alone. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart, but I didn't expect him to go out on his own. Last night was the coldest of the winter, and it was snowing. He must be going senile. Skylar, isn't it about time you tell the truth? What? You underestimate him, don't you? What do you mean? He may be crippled, but he has a clear head. Oh. Well, you left him to me and Rosemary. You've never taken care of him. I guess you saw him sitting there and thought he wasn't thinking. But he's looking around, he's listening, and of course, he remembers what you did to him last night. Oh my God. Your father was appalled. He said you took advantage of Rosemary being in the hospital. You tried to bring a girl home to have an affair. And then your father got in the way, so you threw him outside in the snow. And then, afraid of being caught in the act later, you lied to me and told me you were going on a business trip. And you left the house with your lover, leaving your father outside. You're still with her, aren't you? You're kidding. He told you all that? Your father was sad. He said he didn't raise you like that. But
I didn't mean to do anything bad. I just wanted Dad to stay out for a little while.
Don't be silly. You didn't tell your mother that I was in the hospital. You didn't want her to come running back home, did you?
Rosemary.
I can't forgive you for cheating on me while I was pregnant. And I'll never forgive you for putting your father in danger.
I told you I was sorry. But don't you think it's wrong to blame only me? You're responsible for the affair too.
What?
Just because you were pregnant, you stopped being with me. I was lonely. And I was looking for comfort, and I ended up having an affair with another woman.
I'm so disappointed. Are you still the father of my baby?
I'm sorry, Rosemary. I'm responsible for raising my son to be such a low life.
Mom.
Skylar, I want you to leave our house. Huh? What are you talking about? Why do I have to leave my own parents' house?
Because I don't consider you my son anymore. Your father feels the same way.
Oh no. You can't just kick me out of the house all of a sudden.
Oh, you have a girlfriend. Why don't you start a new family with her?
No, that's not possible. Actually, she's married too. We've been seeing each other just for fun. I've no intention of remarrying.
I know.
What?
Your father told your mother everything. Every conversation between you and her.
What's that?
Let's get a divorce.
Divorce? Don't be hasty. I'm sorry I cheated on you. I'm also sorry for putting my dad out of the house. If you want, I can go home now and get down on my knees.
I don't want to see you get down on your knees like that. Instead, I'm going to charge you alimony and child support.
Wait a minute, Rosemary. Let's talk about it.
There's nothing to discuss with you. I've already decided I'm divorcing you.
You're going to have a baby. Can you raise a child by yourself? Besides, it would be terrible for a child not to have a father.
My mother-in-law will help me raise the child. You have nothing to worry about. It's better for the child, and he'll be better off without a scumbag father like you.
Damn it. Everybody's blaming me.
I'm going to be in the hospital for a while yet. We'll have to talk through a lawyer from now on.
Wait a minute. I don't agree.
You're the only one who doesn't agree. You're the last person we need in our family. Now give up and go away.
Mom, you're going to abandon me too?
Will you stop calling me Mom?
Well,
you left my dear husband in the snow, and you betrayed your precious wife. You are really pathetic. I can't even shed a tear. You're not my son.
Oh no. Just stay on my side, even if it's just you.
Mom, I think it's time to end this conversation. I'm getting so frustrated dealing with this scumbag. I'm afraid it's going to be bad for the baby.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's just call it a night. Well...
Bye.
Wait a minute. Let's talk more about it. Hey, Rosemary, Mother, please forgive me.
Later, Skylar and I divorced. I demanded alimony and child support from Skylar and compensation from his lover. In addition, Skylar was also charged with compensation by the husband of the unfaithful partner. He ended up with debts. In the end, he and the cheating partner were separated. Her parents-in-law disowned her, and she was left completely alone. However, there was more hell awaiting Skylar. He was arrested for abandonment of a dependent. Although he received a suspended sentence, he was fired from his job. He tried to change jobs, but of course it didn't work out. Skylar now lives in a shabby apartment. He is desperately trying to pay off his debts by holding down part-time jobs. As for me, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy, and I'm living peacefully with my in-laws, myself, and our child. After the divorce, I wondered if I should return to my parents' house. However, my parents' home is far away, and I am on good terms with my mother-in-law, so I decided to stay at my parents-in-law's house. My father-in-law is also happy about the birth of his grandchild. Although my marriage did not work out, I met my wonderful parents-in-law, thanks to my ex-husband. I guess I should at least be grateful to him for that.
Hey, Henry, I'm sorry. I think I'll be late again today. Can you eat dinner first? What the? Again? I'm really sorry. Is it another overtime? Yeah. Lately, my work has been increasing more and more, and I've been getting busier. That sucks. You should talk to your manager. Well, it's a busy season right now. I can't help it. My coworkers are working late too. I can't leave first. Oh yeah, you got promoted to department head, right? Yes, I did. Well, I guess at a small company like yours, it's easy for a woman to climb the ladder, right? What do you mean? I'm just saying that the environment at your company is different from a big corporation like mine. Don't get too cocky just because you're department head now. I'm not getting cocky or anything. Oh well, never mind. I'll just eat dinner first. You made dinner, right? I figured something like this might happen, so I prepared some food this morning and I put it in the fridge. You can just heat it in the microwave. That's good then. But don't you think you're working too hard? Maybe you should take it easy on the work. I like my job and it's not a burden. I got promoted because I've been working hard. And I also get a position allowance. Do you really need to work that hard? Don't forget that you have a house to take care of. I feel bad for not taking care of the house full time. On busy days at work like today, I have to come home late. But I've always dreamed of buying a house, you know? Well, I appreciate everything you do. Thanks to your hard work, we finally got our dream home. But please don't forget that you're my wife. I know what you mean. I'll do my best to balance work and housework. I know you can do it. It'll be really helpful if you could help with the house a bit more. No way! Housework is a wife's job, isn't it? But we are both working, aren't we? Even if we are both working, men have the harder job. Is that so? By the way, you're off work this weekend, right? Yeah, why? My mom wants to come visit us at our new house. Oh, your mom? Yeah, she's really looking forward to seeing our new place. She's been asking me when she can come over and check it out. I see. What's wrong? Is there a problem? Well, it's just every time I see your mother, she starts nagging at me. Honestly, I'm not very fond of her. What the hell? My mother is practically your mother too. Yeah, but I don't think she's nagging at you because she hates you. She cares about you, and she's just trying to help you become a better wife. That's why she's hard on you. Is that how it is? Mom is always right, so please listen to her. Are you serious? What? Did I say something strange? No, it's nothing. We've just moved, so there are still unpacked boxes, and I haven't cleaned everything yet. I'm worried about not being cleaned and getting scolded. Don't worry. Mom understands that we just moved. Do you think so? Hey, listen. You worry too much. My mom isn't some mean monster. I hope so. So, I will just tell her that she could come this weekend, okay?
Alright.
Since my mom is coming to visit, make sure to clean up properly. Hey Marian, are you going to be late again today?
Oh, not today. I'm on the train home right now. I was able to leave almost on time today.
I see.
Things are finally starting to calm down at work. Me and my coworkers are feeling a bit more relaxed. I'll be home soon. I'll start getting dinner ready right away. See you soon.
Oh, you don't have to cook dinner.
What? Why not?
Actually, Mom is here right now.
Your mom is there?
I was surprised too. I mean, she didn't say anything to me, she just showed up. But I'm glad she's here. She's making my favorite dish.
What's going on?
That's why you don't have to cook dinner. You don't have to rush home.
Wait a minute. Your mom just visited the other day.
Yeah, but is that a problem?
Isn't it a bit strange that she's here again today?
I don't think so. I'm always happy when Mom visits.
Well, you love your mom, so that's probably okay for you, but
Mom seems to like our new place. The kitchen is new and beautiful. She said she'd love to use it, so she came over again.
I see.
You know, it's good for you too, right? You get to eat Mom's delicious food when you come home.
It's nice that she's making dinner, but I wish she had told us in advance if she was coming.
It's not a big deal, right? We are a family after all.
But I had already prepared the ingredients. It messes up our plans when she comes unexpectedly.
Don't be so cold. Mom will be hurt if she hears that. Besides, Mom lives alone and feels lonely. As her son, I want to take care of her.
I understand that feeling, but
so that's why you don't have to make dinner, okay?
I see. I understand. Henry, I just got home. And why am I seeing your mother here?
Oh, you're home already? You're back earlier than me today, huh?
Hey, what's going on? Your mom is cooking in the kitchen again today. I didn't hear anything about this.
Surprised?
I'm shocked.
But it's a nice surprise, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Why not? Someone was here who wasn't supposed to be here.
I thought you'd be late. I asked Mom to make dinner again today.
Why didn't you say anything to me? Wait, how did your mom get in the house? We locked the door, right?
What? Of course she could get in from the front door.
What?
Mom has a spare key.
What? Did you give her the key?
Why are you so surprised? Of course I gave her a key. My mom's moving in with us from now on.
What the hell? We never talked anything about this.
Oh, my bad. I haven't told you yet.
What's going on?
When I had Mom's home-cooked meal yesterday, I realized how good Mom is at cooking. I want to eat Mom's cooking and live together from now on. It's not a weird thing, is it? She's my own mother. So I asked Mom if she wanted to live with us. Mom was thrilled and said yes. So, starting today, the three of us will live together.
Are you serious? Why are you making this decision all by yourself?
I didn't decide by myself. I discussed it with Mom and decided.
You should have talked to me instead of your mom.
Huh? Why? I don't see why I have to discuss it with you. She's my mother. Seriously? Aren't you happy to live with Mom? Of course not. What? Why not? You'll get to eat Mom's delicious cooking every day. You know, it's been bothering me for a while. Aren't you too dependent on your mom? What? I understand that you love and care about your mom, but you married me and made a new family. Can't you think about me a little more? Of course, I think about you. That's why I thought it was nice that Mom came. Don't you want to eat Mom's cooking? I don't think you understand my point. What do you mean? If you have something to say, just say it. Sure, your mom might be a good cook, but every time I see her, she's always nagging me. She says I'm too busy working and not fulfilling my duties as a wife. She also says I should support my husband more and be a better wife. If I had to spend every day with a mother-in-law like that, I'd lose my mind. But Mom's just saying the right things, isn't she? Right things? Marianne, you're getting too full of yourself because you work too. I'm making a good living, so how about working less? I wouldn't mind if you quit your job and become a full-time housewife too. Are you serious? Who would be in trouble if I quit my job? I'm serious. If all you're going to do is complain, then get out. Excuse me? You're so focused on work that you neglect housework. You don't even take care of me, your husband. If that's the case, then it's much better to live with a mom who is good at cooking and does all the housework. I can't believe you. Oh, wait, are you jealous of Mom? How could I be jealous? Are you sure about that? You're just upset that Mom took me away from you, aren't you? What are you talking about? If you don't want to lose me, then take care of the house better. A woman who is always talking about work isn't very attractive, you know. Wow. Anyway, Mom is moving in and it has been decided. I didn't approve any of this. Whether you approve or not, it has been decided. I guess there's no point in talking to you anymore. If you have time to complain, why don't you learn how to do the housework from Mom? Are you out of your mind? What's wrong? You're at work, right? Work is the least of my concerns right now. What? Mom told me about you. She said you kicked her out of the house while I was at work. Is that true? Oh, it seems like your mother has already contacted you. Yes, that's right. It was my day off today, so I called a cab right after you left for work. Then I asked your mom to leave the house. Are you serious? Mom was furious. She said she can't believe what you did to her. And it seems you also took her house key. I don't care what she says anymore. You're the worst. That's my line. I don't want to hear it from you who decides everything on your own. Listen, you're my wife, and I'm the eldest son. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to take care of Mom. So, are you going to neglect your duties as a wife? If something happens to your mother, I'd like to help her. But she seems to be in good health. There's no need for me to take care of her. But by then, it might be too late. I'm worried about leaving Mom alone. But it's unreasonable to let her live here without even consulting me. And didn't we promise to make a decision together for an important thing like this? Did you forget that? Well, yes, but you didn't have to kick her out all of a sudden. Don't you feel sorry for Mom? But wasn't it you who suddenly brought your mom here? I saved up the money to build this house in the first place. I even put the name of the house in my name. So, there's no way you can decide about this house without my permission. But still, think about it. We built a big mansion, you know. And wouldn't it be more enjoyable if Mom were here too? What are you talking about? I'm planning to live alone. What? Alone? I'm divorcing you. What? Divorced? So that's why you need to leave this house. What? Why do I have to leave too? I told you before, didn't I? This is the house I built. And yet, I can't stay married to someone who lets her mother live with us without my permission. I can't do this anymore. Wait a minute. Divorce is too much. I've been watching your behavior recently, and I'm done. You're not qualified to raise a family if you keep putting your mother first. You should live with your beloved mother forever. Well, I'd love to be with my mom, but I don't want to go back to my parents' place. I don't want to live in that shabby house. Shabby house? I only went to your parents' house once, but yeah, it was in a terrible state. I remember there was a leaking in places. The walls and floors were falling apart. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to get Mom out of that shabby house. That's why I want her to live with us. But your parents' house became like that because of your mother, right? What? I heard that when your father passed away, he left behind a huge inheritance. That money could have been used to renovate the house. But your mother spent it all on luxury goods, going on luxury trips with her friends and using it all up. So it's all your mother's fault. Well, Mom doesn't really plan things out, and she's a bit careless with money too, but you're just like her, aren't you? What? Your lack of responsibility with money. That's one of the reasons I want to divorce you. What do you mean? You've been taking money from my bank account, right? What? You thought I didn't know? I took it out little by little so you wouldn't find out. Don't tell me you went to the bank to check the transaction all the time. Of course not. I can check my account statement online now. You're the only one who knows where my card is. And you're the only one who knows my PIN. I knew right away that it was you. But you know what? We are a married couple. Don't make a big deal out of spending a little money. I worked hard to earn that money. It's not okay to spend it without telling me. Then I'll just return it, okay? I'll pay you back a little after I get my next bonus. You're not sorry at all. Besides, you gave the money you withdrew to your mother, didn't you? How did you even know about that? Your mother was proudly talking about it today. She said her son gives her an allowance. There's nothing wrong with giving your parents an allowance. If it's your own money, yes. But in your case, you took it out of my account without telling me. And you gave it to your mother as if it was your own money. But your salary disappears quickly with gambling and online game purchases. There's no way you could afford to give your mother an allowance. Fine, I get it. If you really don't want to live with Mom, I'll talk to Mom again. Talk about what? I'll tell her that we can't live together right now, but I'll work on convincing you to change your mind. So she'll have to wait a little longer for us to decide. That's not going to work. Why not? I'm ashamed I chose a man like you to marry. Before we got married, I thought you were a kind man who cared about his mother. I didn't know you were such a mama's boy. How am I a mama's boy? Don't you realize it? What's wrong with taking care of your mother? In your case, it's too much. Hey, Marianne, you're joking about getting a divorce, right?
I'm serious.
Are you sure? You can't even pay off the mortgage by yourself. And you're busy with work too. Wouldn't it be better for us to work together?
I'm sorry, but I don't need your help. I have savings, so I won't struggle with the mortgage. And my income is twice as much as yours, so I think I'll be okay. Since I don't have to take care of you, it's much easier for me to live on my own.
Wait a minute, please. I'm sorry for everything I've done. All right, I will tell my mom that we can't live with her. Please, let's not get a divorce.
Get the hell out of my house.
Don't be so cold. I'm really sorry.
I've already made up my mind to divorce you. It's too late to be sorry now.
What am I gonna do now?
Go live with your beloved mother. In that shabby house.
Well then, can you lend me some money?
What?
I can't live in that shabby house. I'd like to fix the leak at least. But I don't have any savings. Mom also has no savings and lives off her pension.
That's none of my business. You'll have to figure it out yourselves.
Please, help us out.
I refuse. I'm sure you'll hear from my lawyer soon.
Wait! Please don't leave me.
Any further discussion will be done through my lawyer.
No way! My life is over.
Well then, I wish you a happy life with your beloved mother.
No! Please, Marian, help me!
After that, Henry wasn't immediately agreeable to the idea of divorce. However, with the assistance of the lawyer, the divorce has been finalized. Henry moved from the luxurious house to his shabby parents' house. He seemed to have tried hard to fix up the house. However, since he had to pay me back, he was unable to save any money. He is now working hard at a night bar in addition to his regular job, but he's still struggling financially. Despite this, his mother's spending habits remains. Henry, who was such a mama's boy, finally lost it. Now the two of them are constantly fighting with each other every day. On the other hand, I am still busy with my work. But I am free from my toxic ex-husband and his mother, so I am living a stress-free life. If I find someone in the future, I might get remarried. But for now, I want to enjoy my peaceful single life.
Sarah, may I come over to your house now?
Hi, Maria. I'm sorry, as I told you before, I work 9 to 5. It's my lunch break now.
Are you still working?
Yes, it will cost a lot of money when I have children. Ken and I agreed that I would keep working until then.
What are you talking about? You've been married for more than a year now. You still don't have children.
Well, it's true that Ken and I don't have children yet.
Do you know why you can't have children?
Children are a gift. I don't know why I can't have a child or when I will have a child. It's up to God's will.
What? Nonsense. The reason is obvious. It's because you don't quit your job.
What does it matter if I keep working?
Of course it has something to do with it. You can't have children when you are stressed out. You work every day or live a hectic life. You can't have children.
I see. But fortunately, I'm not stressed. And my workplace is full of good-hearted and nice people. And Ken is really kind. I'm so blessed.
Don't be so optimistic. I'll never be able to hold my grandchildren.
I'm sorry. We want to have children too.
I know you do. You need to quit your job so that you can have children as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, but I'm not quitting my job. I like my job, and like I said before, I want to save money while I still can.
What? Are you talking back to me?
I'm sorry, but my lunch break is over. Let's talk again. Well then, excuse me.
Sarah, it's your lunch break, right?
Yes, what happened?
I was going to ask you one more thing yesterday.
What is it?
Do you prepare Ken's lunch?
No, I don't.
Huh?
If I make lunch, I have to get up an hour earlier. In order to get some sleep, we decided to either buy lunch somewhere or eat out. Ken suggested it. The break room at my office is too small, so we can't relax in the break room. I really appreciate it. I try to eat a nutritious meal with vegetables at night.
Huh? I can't believe you don't make Ken's lunch. From the time he was a student until he got married, I made lunch without missing a single day. Even on days when I wasn't feeling well.
I think that's great.
Right? And what about you? Aren't you ashamed of making my son eat out?
I'm not.
Huh? You must be kidding.
You are a housewife. Ken and I both work. Many couples work nowadays. Many families don't make lunch. In fact, it's the same at my company.
I'm not talking about others. I'm talking about you.
Huh?
If you had any feelings for Ken, you'd at least make lunch for him.
No.
I can't believe you don't because I'm working. If that's the case, you should quit your job.
I may not be able to do it every day, but I'll try to make lunch as much as possible.
As much as possible? Every day, is that clear?
Yes.
You're just full of excuses. I'm your mother-in-law and you don't even listen to me. I don't know how you were raised. So you took Ken's shirts to the cleaners, right?
Dry cleaning? No.
Huh?
He wears shirts every day. If I send them to the cleaners, it costs a lot of money. I iron them at home. Ken says it's better that way.
How can it be better? You must take it to the cleaners.
Why?
Are you asking me why? He is a salesperson. He goes to clients and new customers and negotiates with them, okay? It's a tough job.
Yes, I agree.
If he wears a shabby shirt on such an important occasion, he will be embarrassed.
Ken never wears a saggy shirt. I iron his shirts properly until they are nice and tight. He wears wrinkle-free shirts. It's easy to iron.
Are you still his wife? You don't care about Ken at all. You only think about making things easy for you.
Ironing clothes takes more time and effort than taking them to the cleaners. How can you think of making things easier? Ken and I decided to do it after considering the money. I don't intend to change it.
You are so cocky. I'm really annoyed with you because you keep talking back to me. Are you trying to irritate me on purpose?
I'm not.
Anyway, don't think about making your housework easier. Think about Ken first, okay?
I understand.
Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. What's going on so early on a Saturday morning?
What, am I not allowed to contact you?
It's not that.
You're both off today, right?
Yes, we've both been busy at work this week. We're going to take it easy today.
Have you had breakfast yet?
We're just getting started. Ken is making French toast right now.
Huh? No way.
What?
Are you making Ken cook breakfast for you?
On weekdays, I prepare all the meals. On weekends, Ken makes breakfast. Ken is a good cook. He hardly ever cooked when you were there, right? He started cooking after we got married. He says it's fun. It really helps me a lot, and I look forward to eating Ken's breakfast on my days off.
Stop now!
What?
That's a woman's job. I have never once made them do such a thing, my husband and my son.
I see.
Ken works hard every day. Why can't you just let him take it easy on his day off?
Of course. I want him to take a good rest. But I'm working too.
What? Your work is not as important as Ken's work.
No way. I'm not forcing him to cook. Ken wants to do it.
That's not the point. You're giving him the impression that he has to do it.
I'm not.
See? There you go again. You're talking back to me. The point is, I'm telling you not to make Ken do the housework.
Huh?
I was even busier on the weekend. I was taking care of my husband and son. I hope you do the same for Ken.
It's great that you have done so much for them, but times are different now, you know.
What?
Please don't impose your values on me.
Impose my values? Who the hell do you think you are?
I understand your concern. I will discuss this with Ken. I would appreciate it if you could let us talk.
What? You're talking about me like I'm an obstacle?
I never meant to.
That's enough. Bye.
Maria, are you free now?
I am.
Are you free next Wednesday? It's a national holiday.
Why?
I'm sorry to bother you on such short notice, but Ken's sister and I decided to have a family get-together. And since many of them had never been to our house before, we decided to have dinner at our house.
Who suggested that?
Ken did. He asked me to contact you, so I was wondering if you were free.
Sure, I will come over. If you had started it, I would have thought about not doing it.
Is Ken's dad going to be okay with your schedule?
Don't worry, he doesn't have any plans. Just wanted to let you know that I'm not going because you asked me to. I'll join because Ken asked me to.
Well, I'm sure both Ken and his sister will be pleased. It looks like everyone has plans in the morning. I will have some preparations to make. We're planning to gather around 4 p.m. Could you come around 4 p.m.?
What? That late? It's such a big event. I'd like to go earlier.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll be swamped with preparations. It would be very inconvenient for us not to be able to help you, so if you could come at 4, that would be great.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Thank you very much. I'll see you next Wednesday at 4. Thank you very much.
Sarah, where are you now? If you see this, contact me immediately.
How can I help you? I'm at the store with Ken right now.
I don't care where you guys are. What are these dishes?
What? Where are you now?
Your house, of course.
What? I asked you to come around 4.
I heard you. There's no way I would come that late.
Why? I mean, how did you get into our house?
I have a duplicate key.
What?
I made a duplicate key when I visited you the other day. It's your fault for not noticing.
Oh no.
It's all your fault. You should have put yourselves in our shoes, having to wait until the evening.
Well, let's not talk about that now. What do you mean by what these dishes?
I mean, these look so bad. I don't know if you thought you were being fancy by preparing a pizza, but pizza is supposed to have a thin, crispy crust. What is a thick, bread-like crust? This is not a pizza. I tasted a bite of the pasta, but it wasn't cooked long enough, and you must use tomato sauce for your pasta. It was soaked in some oil. It was disgusting. Even the meatloaf looks like it's undercooked. There's no way I can eat this.
I'm sure those are delicious.
You're overestimating yourself, aren't you? I don't understand why you praise your own cooking. Everyone will be sick. I threw them all in the trash.
What?
You should be thankful that none of us are getting food poisoning.
You're joking, right?
You wouldn't make a big joke like this, would you?
Did you really throw everything away?
I did. I'd much rather order some food. Now get some takeouts, okay?
Oh.
I mean, how can you make the world's worst looking food like that? That made me laugh.
I didn't make it.
What? What are you talking about? And who made it?
Your husband.
Huh? You're lying.
I'm not lying. The gathering was a surprise for you.
A surprise? What in the world?
We wanted to celebrate your 60th birthday. Ken's dad wanted to celebrate with the family. Do you remember I asked if Dad could make it? I wanted to make you think that he wasn't the host. He's the host of this party. He told me that you wanted some meatloaf the other day, so he cooked some for you. He wasn't so sure about his cooking, but he was at our house early this morning cooking.
Well, he wasn't home this morning because he had some errands to run.
I had a chance to taste it. I was so surprised. It was really delicious. Can't believe you threw it away. You thought I made it and wanted to harass me, didn't you?
I'm so sorry. What should I do?
You have no choice but to be honest and apologize.
There's no way you can do that. If he finds out that I tossed his meatloaf, he would be absolutely furious. Besides, I don't want Ken to hate me.
Ken is already unhappy with you.
What?
Didn't I tell you that we were shopping together?
You did. At least don't tell my husband. He would definitely be sad if he knew I threw it away. I think others would feel bad too.
You're making people feel sad.
Huh? You're saying it's my fault?
You threw away the food your husband made for you. It's your fault.
No, it's your fault. If you had told me from the start instead of surprising me, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh no. Your husband, Ken, and I, we wanted to make you happy.
Huh? I didn't ask for that. Now my family and relatives get upset because of you. Take responsibility.
Mom, that's enough.
What? Ken?
That's right. Mom, what have you done? Everyone was supposed to gather here today for Mom. You threw away the food Dad cooked? What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
We were all looking forward to your 60th birthday celebration. Mom, you trampled on everyone's feelings.
I feel bad for your father and everyone. I apologize for that. I'm really sorry. But it's all Sarah's fault.
Huh?
Sarah didn't tell me anything. That's why I got into this mess.
Don't blame Sarah.
Why are you defending her?
Because Sarah did nothing wrong. It was Dad and my idea to make it a surprise, and Sarah helped us. You thought she made it anyway. You just wanted Sarah to feel bad. What's the fun in being a mother-in-law like that?
I can't believe you said that.
What are you doing then? Look at all the things you've done to Sarah. I've heard everything from Sarah. And I said, I think Mom misses me now that I'm married. Please put up with me a little longer. I was a jerk for saying things like that. From now on, I won't let you do what you want.
Oh no. Did she report every single exchange she had with me? I mean, do you know everything? That's really disgusting.
You're the worst, Mom. We're a married couple. We share everything. We talk about our days.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I threw away the food. Forgive your mother.
I told my dad and sister what you did.
Why would you do that?
Otherwise, you would try to blame Sarah again. Dad is very upset. You didn't know you were bullying Sarah. That's really unforgivable.
I'm apologizing, so forgive me.
How can I forgive you? I'm on Sarah's side.
Oh no.
If you don't change your attitude, I'll cut off the relationship.
Huh? There's no way you can do that.
I'm serious. Until you change your mind, I won't contact you. I'll block you.
Ken, wait.
I'll tell all the relatives the truth and cancel the party today. You need to get out of my house right now. If you are still there when we get home, I'll kick you out.
Oh no. Ken, wait.
He really blocked your number.
Sarah, you have to help me. Ken says he's going to cut me off. My husband might divorce me. All my relatives might despise me. It was originally your fault, so you should do something about it.
Are you still saying it's my fault? I can't even think of helping you. And even if I could, what you've done was way too much. You should reflect on what you have done. You should apologize to everyone.
Oh no. Why do I have to go through this?
If you think it's my fault, I can't help it. Why don't you just live your life thinking that way forever? I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. I'll block your number too.
Huh? You don't have to go that far. If both you and Ken blocked me, how am I supposed to get in touch with you guys?
I don't think we need to contact each other.
What are you saying?
I'm serious. Goodbye. It seems that Ken's sister couldn't forgive her mother either. She also blocked her number. My father-in-law didn't forgive Maria for throwing away his dish. He couldn't forgive her for bullying me. He found out how bad his wife was, he divorced her. My mother-in-law apologized and asked him not to divorce her, but he already decided. My mother-in-law's 60th birthday celebration was cancelled. Later, Ken's dad and Ken cooked the party food again. We entertained our relatives. When the relatives found out the truth, they were upset. They said they would stop having relations with my mother-in-law. Everyone hates her now. I feel sorry for her, but she deserved it. I am free from my mother-in-law's torment, and I am very happy now. I hope my mother-in-law will reflect well on her actions. I hope that one day she will be able to understand Ken and my sister-in-law again.
Molly, did you sneak into her house again without asking? I've told you so many times to give me a heads up before dropping by. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act clueless with me. The food I prepared this morning was gone from the fridge. Quit pulling this stunt every night, okay? Why do you keep doing these awful things? It's your fault for cooking such terrible food. I threw it all in the garbage. It's like food fit for animals. This is awful. You're behaving like a thief. A thief? How rude. Who's being rude? Don't throw away leftovers and waste food again. Then maybe you should apologize for cooking such rubbish. Huh? I mean, aren't you ashamed? My son Keith is a chef at a popular Italian restaurant. You're his wife, and yet your cooking skills are awful. You should learn some basic cooking from him. But Keith enjoys my meals. He always compliments them. When a professional chef says they're tasty, you know they're good. Keith is nice. He's just saying they're good to spare your feelings. The truth is, it tastes like shit, and I can't even eat it. I really feel sorry for him for being forced to eat it. You don't have to say that. What will you do if your bad cooking ruins his palate and he loses his sense of taste? It could mess up his work. If that happens, you ought to divorce without a doubt, and you'll be on the hook for hefty alimony payments. That's ridiculous. Got it? If you mess up another dish, I'm not going to let it go. Keith, do you have a moment? Yeah, just finished up work. What's up? Your mother did it again. What? Again? Yes. She came in with her spare key before I got back from work, and she chucked out all the leftovers from the fridge. Seriously? I've told her countless times not to barge in without asking. And she trashed her cooking again? No matter how many times I remind her, she never listens. It seems like Molly has a problem with my cooking. Even if she doesn't like it, she shouldn't just toss it out. It's costing us more in food, and I hate wasting food. That's why I might just order delivery tonight if that's all right. I've been getting home late from work lately, so I always prep dinner in the morning. But with her throwing everything away, I just don't have the energy to start from scratch. No worries, I get it. I'm sorry about my mom. Maybe her taste buds are off or something. Your cooking is pretty solid. Thanks, but she said it's like food for animals. Food for animals. She's the worst. But something doesn't add up. Huh? She's never complained about my cooking. Whenever I've cooked for her at home, she's polished it off, saying it's delicious. I trust my taste buds, and I know your food is good. There's no way she'd trash it like that. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, I can't let her keep doing whatever she wants. We'll figure out what to do when I get back. Yeah, okay. Eve, what's going on? What's up, Molly? I can't talk right now. I'm at work. The key doesn't work. Wait, did you come to my place again to toss out my cooking? I just popped by to see if you were still making terrible food.
Good thing I took precautions.
Precautions? Don't tell me you changed the locks.
Yes, I did. Called the locksmith and got a new one that's not easy to copy.
Why did you do that?
Because someone's been breaking in without permission and trashing my food.
What's that? You talking about me?
Any other suspects?
Listen, if you can't afford to spend money on a new lock, why don't you take a cooking class? I don't know how much it cost you. Seems like a waste of money.
If you put it that way, you wasted my cooking and wasted $200 on food this month.
I only did what I have to do. I couldn't let my precious son eat such awful food. You know what? Some people torture their partners with their bad cooking. Oh, it's embarrassing that the wife of a chef is one of them. People will laugh.
I'm telling you, everyone loves my cooking except you. I've been cooking since I was a kid, helping my folks. My parents, my brother, my friends, they all rave about my food. And Keith is a professional chef, and he says they're amazing. Only logical conclusion is that you've got weird taste buds.
I told you the other day, right? Keith's just being nice. I'm your mother-in-law. When I say your cooking is bad, you should take it in stride and work on improving your cooking skills.
It's okay if you think it's bad, but I can't reasonably expect you to toss out a dish just because it doesn't suit your taste buds.
What's wrong with disposing of food you can't eat? It's better than making yourself sick trying to stomach it.
I'm sorry, but I need to get back to work.
Huh?
Thanks to the lock change, I don't have to worry about you tossing out my food anymore. Now I can focus on my work without any distractions. I've wasted a lot of money on food and ingredients because of you. I should have changed the lock sooner.
Who do you think you are? Give me a new spare key.
Huh?
I'm Keith's mother. I can help you out if anything happens, right?
Absolutely not. That's why I changed the lock in the first place. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to waste any more time talking to you. So, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, Eve. Eve, I need to ask you a favor.
Good evening, Molly. What's up?
Some friends from the neighborhood are coming over this Saturday. We're planning to have dinner at my place.
Uh-huh.
Will you cook for us, Eve?
What? Me?
Yes. You're married to my son. It's only natural that you cook for your mother-in-law and her friends, right?
But you criticize my cooking as being so bad that you'd throw it out. Isn't it strange that you would ask me to cook for you?
I thought I'd give you a chance.
A chance?
Even though I've mentioned it many times, you haven't tried to improve your cooking, have you? But if I give you this chance, you'll have to cook properly even if you don't want to. You'll be motivated to cook good food so that you don't embarrass yourself. In other words, this is a chance for you to change into a better cook.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't cook that day.
Why not?
I'm planning to go to my parents' house this weekend.
Huh?
One of my local friends is getting married, so I'm flying there on Friday evening and staying at my parents' place.
Then prepare it in advance.
Huh?
Just make it on Friday and deliver it to my place.
That's impossible. I need to catch a flight right after work. I don't have time to cook.
Then cancel attending the wedding.
What?
You're married and part of my family. You should prioritize your mother-in-law over your friend's wedding, shouldn't you?
Absolutely not. She's an important friend from my childhood. I can't miss it for that reason.
There will be many other guests. It won't matter if you're not there.
That's not the point.
She attended my wedding. I want to go and congratulate her in person.
You can just transfer the money to her later.
It's not enough to just give her money.
That's enough. Anyway, the Saturday event is set. You have to cook and bring something decent. Don't embarrass me by cooking something bad. Do you understand?
I'm telling you, I can't. Hey, Keith, can I talk to you for a sec? Sorry if you're at work.
It's all good. What's up?
I just got a message from Molly. She's planning to host a dinner party for some friends from the neighborhood this Saturday. She wants me to cook for them.
What? Why is she suddenly asking you to cook? And besides, isn't Saturday the day of your friend's wedding?
Yeah, that's right. But Molly insists that I should cook even if it means missing the wedding.
I don't get it. She's always criticized your cooking. What's she thinking now?
She claims she wants me to improve my cooking skills.
I can only assume it's another form of harassment.
I know. I have a feeling she wants me to cook again, only to throw it away claiming it's bad.
So, she's come up with something else now that she can't get into the house with a spare key.
Yeah, I guess so. I really don't know what to do. I don't want to cook a meal knowing it'll just be thrown away, and I don't have the time to do it.
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Huh?
I'll take care of preparing the dishes for the party.
You sure?
I'm off work this Friday. I'll cook the food and deliver it to Mom's. You don't have to do anything.
Thank you, that's incredibly helpful.
If the food's cooked by a professional chef, and her own son at that, even Mom won't be able to complain.
You're right.
You can attend your friend's wedding without any worries.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Oh my God, what a terrible meal. I know you were rushed for your flight and had Keith bring it over, but seriously, that food was inedible for humans. Are you trying to send me to the hospital or something?
What? Don't tell me you...
I chucked all that garbage out, obviously. It tasted like crap. Oh, I only kept the pudding for dessert. I know you bought it somewhere to cover up for that awful homemade mess. You think you're slick, but it's all pointless.
Did you really throw it away?
Yep, except for the pudding. That was the only salvageable thing. Now cancel the wedding and come back here. You're gonna have to pull an all-nighter to redo the food.
Unbelievable.
That's my line. You know, it was for my friends. I was hoping you'd cook a tad better. You really have no interest in improving your cooking skills, huh?
Are you sure your taste buds are functioning, Molly?
Huh?
Who do you think whipped up those party dishes?
Huh? You did, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Your precious son did.
Huh?
A professional chef's food tastes like crap? I can't help but wonder if you've got taste bud issues.
Wait a minute. Did Keith really make it?
I'll make sure Keith hears what you said earlier.
Oh no, don't do that, Eve.
Well then...
Wait, don't tell him. Mom, I heard from Eve. She said you disgraced my cooking and threw it all away.
Keith, so it was really your cooking.
That's right. Eve had a friend's wedding to go to, but you recklessly asked her to cook and deliver the food before it, so I decided to cook it for her.
Oh no. Why didn't you tell me that first? You didn't say anything when you delivered it earlier.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that, but I figured you'd know who made it once you tasted it. Now I see you didn't care about the taste at all.
Well...
You're only judging the food based on who made it, right? Even the food I made this time, you claimed it was bad because you thought Eve made it and tossed it out.
No, that's not...
Then you genuinely believe the food I dropped off earlier was so awful that you chucked it out?
Well, that's...
If it genuinely was terrible, then I'd have to resign from my job as a chef, right? That would imply my taste buds are off. I was under the impression my cooking was decent. So, how did it really taste? Was it good or bad?
It was very well done.
Okay, that's good. And by the way, the pudding you said was better was actually made by Eve.
What?
She mentioned she felt guilty about dumping everything on me, so she put in extra effort to make it.
No way! It was homemade?
Yes, it was. Eve loves making sweets. She used to make homemade sweets since she was a child. Her specialty was puddings. It's so perfect, it's almost like it could be sold on a store shelf. I'm sure she wanted to make them for you to have a good time.
I didn't know that.
Well, now it's clear that you were bullying Eve. You knew that her cooking was good, but you threw it all away, claiming it was bad. It's disgusting to put down someone's cooking, and it's wrong to waste food like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I threw away your food.
So, you'll have to deal with that party dish tomorrow.
Wait, what? I can't cook any party meal.
Yeah, I know. You've always been clumsy. Even simple dishes are a disaster. And your seasoning is terrible.
If you know that, then help me.
I can't. I'm working tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Well, why don't you just order delivery tomorrow?
No way. My friends might think I'm cutting corners.
Don't be so vain now. It's better than sending your friends to the hospital because of your cooking, right?
Terrible.
That's what you said to Eve. And Eve and I won't be visiting your place anymore.
What?
We're moving out.
Moving?
Yeah, I'm going to open my own shop. It's too far from where I live now, so I'm moving closer to the shop. Eve's company allows remote working, so she can keep her job. I'm glad that everything works for us.
You're moving out and opening a shop? I didn't hear anything at all.
Well, I didn't tell you. I'd always planned on it.
I'm your mother, remember? Why can't you tell me something that important?
Look back at what you did and you'll see. I gave you the spare key just in case. But you'd come to our house and barge in without asking every night to dump all her food. I changed the locks, but I never know when you'll barge again. To protect Eve, my dear wife, I knew I had to move away at some point.
Wait, I won't do it again. Please don't go far away.
It's too late now. I've already found a new house. We've already arranged a mover.
Then give me the address of your new house.
I'm not going to tell you.
I won't throw away the dishes anymore.
It's too late to be sorry. I warned you over and over again, but you wouldn't listen to me at all and wouldn't stop bullying Eve.
Keith?
If you have time to complain about other people's cooking, improve your own cooking skills. Goodbye, Mom.
After that, Molly bombarded me with a slew of messages, all asking about our new address, but I ignored them all. As soon as I got back from my parents' house, I packed up my belongings and moved out in the middle of the night while Molly was asleep. According to my father-in-law, when Molly discovered that her son and his wife had moved away, she was beside herself and asked all her relatives and acquaintances if they knew our new address. Thankfully, due to my husband's preemptive measures, it seems no one divulged our whereabouts to her.
On another note, my father-in-law is contemplating divorcing her. Her selfish behavior has been a source of frustration for him for quite some time. Learning that she was discarding all my cooking must have been the final straw for him. As for me, I'm enjoying a peaceful life in my new home without the fear of Molly barging in. My husband's shop is thriving, and we're continuing to support each other and live happily together.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.